iPhone, AirPods. Yeah, yeah. See, now the other one wants to go too. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey. Now we're talking. By my calculations, you should be able to hear me now. Let me see something. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell no. Oh, yeah. Now my phone wants to connect, which is weird. It just wasn't earlier. Oh, Google. There we go. Great. It's going to run slow. Yeah, it sucks because I'm really hoping I can actually hear mine's. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I can't tell if y'all can hear me. It sounds like y'all can now. Okay, well, I gotta come over here and turn the YouTube off now because it is distracting. Alrighty, so I'm gonna make this stream quick, especially because the technical difficulties got in the way of what little time we had. But quick up, what's happening, everybody? It's your boy Hannibal Callan. That's right. I'm in Atlanta, dude. The closest thing we got to Wakanda in the real world. How do we do? All right, let's dive right in. On the 9th, it was Thursday. On Thursday, I felt really good about my set. Got second place, which was pretty cool, and got to now I'm performing tonight for the semifinals, the top six in Atlanta for the World Series of Comedy, and now I'm going up again, but tonight's going to be twice if I can get to the finals. It's 10 minutes for the first set and then 20 for the finals. I'm not too worried. Actually, well, I am actually not worried, but I'm like, man, I really like my 25-minute set, but I'm going to have to, like, really think about it because the 25 my 25-minute set, which is what I do when I go down to Tucson, I'm really proud of, but I'm gonna have to cut 5 minutes off of that, so I'm gonna have to really make some strong budget cuts as to where I'll hit for the 20. But let's not even worry about the 20s because we got to worry about the 10. Now, here's the thing. I felt really good about my set. There was like some low spots here and there. I can't remember where they were, but I was digging it. And I feel like it would have been even better if the crowd was thicker. But I got some feedback from Joe Lauer's president of the World Series of Comedy, and somebody whose opinion I really appreciate. He said that my jokes about like Juneteenth and white slavery came off preachy. And I told him, I said, man, it's weird because I've never got that note from him before. And I mean, he sees a lot of people do a lot of comedy. So he was like, well, maybe you've done it before and then whatever, but I haven't. He just felt like it was really preachy. He said, well, when you're going to a comedy show, you want people to be funny. And he said it wasn't funny. I'm not going to lie, hurt my feelings. But I'm a grown man and I am a craftsman. So rather than getting butt hurt, we figure out why. Um, because oftentimes it's a technique issue. It's how we approach the material that makes something come off like that. So now I'm trying to figure out, and I haven't, I wanted to try to find a video of the stream. You're supposed to be able to do that, but I couldn't find it. So, because I wanted to play it for you guys and see if we could crack what made it feel preachy this time. Um, Now, the big thing is, first and foremost, we got to get what's going to be our 10 minutes. Now, here's the good news slash bad news. All right. Good news is the set we did on Thursday was supposed to be 7 minutes. And what I had planned was a lot more than 7 minutes, but I didn't realize it. And I think it's because I haven't actually done that 7 minute on stage like that in a while. And I thought about it later. The first time I did the 7 minute that we planned for Real Talk was when I did it for Little Rock, Arkansas satellite. And I think the same thing happened. What happened on Thursday is I ended up having to stop right after all of the jokes about my afro. And I was like, wait a minute, what? I don't even know how that happened because I was planning on doing the jokes about love life, my afro, the white slavery stuff, then go back to it, and then end with my love life, my song lyric jokes. But we didn't even get anywhere close to being able to do those before I got the light and was like, uh-oh, we got to call it, you know? So the good news is I got plenty more in the tank. The bad news is uh, that just kind of means my timing is off. But I think it was off for a good thing. Number one, the audience was really good. When I was up there, they were laughing at my jokes. It was real strong. It was real nice. And I did play a little bit more in the middle than I normally do, and then we had planned on. That's on me. Sometimes when it gets good to you, you're playing. You're wooing when you need. I'm Wu Tanging up there, and I kind of got to stick to what we have planned so things happen at the right time. Thing about the World Series, I've done them a lot, so they've seen a lot of my best material. They've seen a lot of the stuff I've already done, but it is going to take some like. So the first thing, first and foremost, and again, we don't have a lot of time. Real talk, we probably got 10 minutes before I got to get back to my cousin's house so I can Uber over to the club and get there in time for the pre-show meetings. Um, but the first and foremost, we got to figure out what we're going to do for the 10-minute set. That's going to be the key first thing that we do. And if we do anything while we're here outside this coffee shop, because I'm outside a coffee shop right now, little 5 Points Atlanta, pretty sweet. That's the area. I can't remember what the name of this coffee shop is, but if I hit it big, then we'll run it back and make sure they get their street cred. But okay, so I'm gonna start my set the same way because I always start it nice and strong. I'm gonna start with surprise. Then we're gonna go to Urkel. Then we're gonna go to 2008. Mm-hmm. Oh. And you know what it is? The thing is, glasses. Glasses is the joke that's throwing the time off. I like it. It's a really good one. What's happening? Oh, Jamil. Hey, Jamil just got into here, everybody. She got first place on Thursday. So she got first place. I got second. It was super cool to get to see her work too. Because she does like music. She like does musical comedy, and you don't see that anywhere near enough. So it was cool to actually get to be there for that. So okay, here we go. Then the thing is that my glasses joke is I remember when we did it for the funniest comedian in the valley. Glasses was the saving grace because I think I was up there, and while I was up there, I was able to feel we were going to be under time, so I did glasses, which put us right on time. But I played some for them, bam. But this is an 8 minute set. Hey, here we go. Okay, so bam. You know what I actually think it might have been too, if we think about it? It probably had to be the way I talked about people talking to me about my hair. There's a lighter way to say that. There's a lighter way to make that point that doesn't make it so serious. Because I'm saying, yeah, I tried wearing different hairstyles and And it made people forget how they should talk to me, you know. And then I say, dude say, where's the weed at, bro? It's, and my thinking now is it's all about a framing of the idea. If I frame the conversations based around my hair in a lighter way, it will feel less preachy and more fun. So that's the equation. How do I say that without it sounding like I'm calling people out for it? And my brain's already working on something. You know, something like, I noticed once I changed my hair, it changed my conversations. Like I had my hair out like this, and somebody said, "Hey man, where's the weed at, bro?" I was like, "Whoa, hey!" I was like, "Whoa, hey, dude, this is church." You know, and I think there's a way to do that that is less accusatory. So that's what we gotta. That's the math here. That's what I'm thinking will solve this. Because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it kind of busted me up a little bit. Joe said the weakest part of my set was the Juneteenth and white slavery stuff, which to me was the strongest part of my set. He said it wasn't. He said it wasn't funny and it was preachy. I don't know too much about that, and this is one of the things you got to learn: how to take advice from people and how to take some of what they say and then take, you know, like know what to keep and what not to keep. Because I trust Joe's opinion a lot, but I have to be careful to not let it hurt my feelings and change the way I do my stuff. I got second place and the audience liked it, and I know my shit is good. So it's learning to adjust. It's like learning to adjust without changing, you know, because I got to be very careful about that. I know that what I'm doing works. I know that what I'm doing is good. The big thing is though, and I'm getting sidetracked because that's the part my brain is focused on. That's the part where the hurt is. I was like, "What? He said that was like that?" And I've never had anyone tell me that, and I've done it before, and he hasn't told me it was preachy. That means it was something about how I said it that night that made it come off that way. And as much as that hurts the in the feels, there's a great opportunity to do that because it's not supposed to be preachy. It's supposed to be a silly perspective on this stuff. But so we do the white slavery stuff, then we do that blah 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 blah. Then we do description, we do disco, job turkey. Okay. Now here's where we are gonna have to get. Sorry, I'm just now realizing my notebook has two. I did not realize this notebook has two bookmarks in it, like the bookmarks that come with it, little straps or whatever. Now we know that all that right there that we just wrote down comes out to about 7 minutes. That is with you know what I think might help, and we can do it for this for a 10-minute set. I think I should do the cornrows joke because the cornrows joke um, makes fun of me. It's self-deprecating with my hair. Like I tried to wear cornrows, but they didn't look good on me. I looked like I was going to a business meeting with the Crips. That is, oh, what's up, Odyssey Godzilla? I see. I peeped when you showed up. Hopefully, I didn't get onto you late. Um, but anyway, so yeah, I think that actually would be part of the saving grace of this. That added self-deprecation, I think, helps soothe the white people be like interpretation of those jokes because it ain't just them, it's me. And I think that's the thesis I need to approach this stuff from anyway. Because again, this isn't supposed to be preachy or educational. This is just supposed to be fun and silly. Cornrows. And I think that the trick for me is going to be being mindful of how I approach these jokes. You know, I think the jokes are good. I wish I could have got, this is why I wish I had access to the video because then I could see like how the crowd reacted and figure out what it was I said that made it come off that way. And I'm not gonna hide from the fact that that caught me off guard and kind of rustled my jimmies. What time are we looking at? 4:26. Okay, we are gonna have to head back. Let's just worry about getting enough down for this 8 minute set. I mean, this is a 10 minute description, and we got disco and okay, jive turkeys. Now, okay, so that's where the hair stuff ends, and this is where I'm gonna have to be really careful. The transitions. Yeah, jive turkeys. Now we transition from that to what? Next thing I think I want to go into is my this is gonna I'm gonna have to be real careful with this because the next jokes that I want to do are all pretty long. Are all pretty long because the next thing on my head is to do the Sierra Leone stuff. That's got another quick one. You know, my especially now that I added the Sierra Mist jokes. So now I'm kind of like, okay, I could do that, but we're really gonna have to time that stuff. We're gonna have to time that stuff hard because in my head, to go from the 7 minute to a 10 minute would probably just be doing my Sierra Leone stuff. I think that might I think that might work. I don't know if it'll be better than the other stuff people will do tonight. I know that the last part comes out to seven. I could do I could just do it the way that I did it yesterday and then just keep going. If I do the grenade, peanut, and then grab somebody. I know my last joke is about a minute. And I think they grab somebody. I think the grenade stuff's got to be about a minute too. Going 7 to 10, that's 3 minutes. Okay, so I am gonna need to add a little something, something. How you do? My fiance's from Sierra Leone. Mm, okay, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we'll go to Job Turkey. Shoot, this is where it is gonna get tough. Yeah, my computer fan going, but um, I am gonna need to be smart because here's the thing. We might have to. I could do because this is what I'm actually thinking. Maybe I just plan to do the Sierra Leone stuff and then be ready to be quick after. Kind of like what happened on accident on Thursday. I had more material that I didn't get to and kind of planned that way. And maybe even do it the other way around too. That seems like the smartest move. What's happening, Matt? I think the smartest thing to do might be to just plan to go for the song lyrics. But I'll have to watch my time though. Because if I do the song lyrics and then they don't work, I don't really have much that can follow song lyrics with enough time. What I don't want is to end up doing like a minute short. This is why we run. This is why we run stuff. And I'm about to head back to the crib so I can change and go. I don't think I'll need the shower. I think I'm clean enough. I'm gonna skip the shower, head back to my cousin's place, change, and then we can run it in the Uber. Hmm. Black babushka. What's happening, Black? I can tell I'm nervous. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm nervous. Because I really want to get to the top three. All I want is to get to the top three. If I'm gonna be real with y'all, all I want is to get to the top three. I'll be able to call it and say, hey, if we can get to the top three, and it's time, I gotta head back. So let's pick something. Well, guess what? Remember what we've said in our previous streams? Don't save material. Do not save material. And I don't need to for this competition. They've already seen all my best stuff. So it's just about doing the best stuff. That makes me lean towards doing my song lyrics. After Jive Turkey, going into song lyrics. Then after song lyrics, working my way toward, if I got to, trying to hit the Sierra Leones after. And I might skip around to make that work. Let's do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do, then we're going to do lyrics. I mean, we're going to do Grenade. We're going to do Grenade going into Peanut. And then I know what all that means. And then we're going to do, we might even be able to do Coochie. I might want to do that one. I like that one. The only problem with it is that I don't have the perfect words for that setup. Yeah, I don't have the perfect words for the setup. I like what I do have, but I just wish I had cleaner. Take it like a thief in the night. Gross. I mean, anybody would feel weird if you woke up like, where is my coochie? I always wear that thing to bed. Dang it, I just got it waxed, you know. Um, I like that joke. And that one's a little quick. That one's a little bit of a buffer joke. If I throw that one in with my song lyrics, I think I'll be all right. I think I'll hit nice and clean. I just gotta hit past 9 minutes. Yeah. Let's do that. We'll play it simple and safe because it's easier to follow. We'll do that, and then we'll go in to grab. Then we'll go in to grab. If need be, then we'll go. Well, then we'll go into Sierra Leone, and then Fufu Vision. Now, the only problem with Fufu is you got to do the whole thing, or it don't make sense. And that's a long joke. I gotta time it, but that's got to be. Well, it's at least a minute. I remember the very first time I did it, it landed at a minute, and I've cleaned it up since then. So I would imagine it's 30 to a minute, you know. Anyway, y'all, we gonna call it. We got our 8 minutes set for tonight. 10 minutes. Lord Jesus, that's gonna mess me up. Lord Jesus, that's gonna. We got to be careful about that. I keep saying eight, but that's because the competition on when on the 15th is an 8 minute, but this is a 10. All right, guys, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I got to Uber to the club. Love y'all. Peace.